Stop for wear, abrasion, deformation and slip on wheels, rolls, rings, rails, guide rails, plain bearings, gear wheels, racks. Wear protection through molybdenum. Wear protection and lubrication through blocks. Wear protection and friction through blocks. Molytrop, dry lubricant liquid. Environmental protection through dry lubricants. Molytrop, dry lubricant liquid. Without mineral oil for minimal lubrication. Thixotropic characteristics. Through pressure, the aggregate state changes from paste to liquid. Because of that, it's suitable for lube pumps and only requires a pressure of 3 bar. Moreover, it is proved for central lube facilities and distributors. MOS2, the dry lubricant, is a copolymer carrier with pigment-affine groups and stabilizers. It's the solution for points where it is hard to lubricate with oil or grease. For example, in places with high dust fallout, wear, heat or moisture. MOS2 often replaces lost lubrication and is extremely extensive due to minimal lubrication. In addition, it balances the roughness of the surfaces. In most installations, a thin lubrication film of about 0.001 to 0.05 mm is sufficient to generate stable dynamic frictions. The dry lube mixture separates the two parts, and through movement the lubricate MOS2 is expanded into the surface. Further lubrication is only necessary where it gets lost through the applied load. The anti-wear blocks, lube and friction blocks, are delivered in block form with steel mountings and compound molybdenum disulfide, and some further components which support an optimal adjustment of the coefficient of friction. There are wear protection and lubrication blocks, and wear protection and friction blocks. The anti-wear blocks coat the metal or synthetic surfaces with a very hard, solid, protective covering of approximately 0.005 to 0.002 mm. Depending on the load, this covering produces a constant coefficient of friction. Lube blocks type 10036 and type HG045. These blocks have a low coefficient of friction of about 0.05. They substitute a manual lubrication, which has many disadvantages and high expenses, and considerably decrease wear on the surfaces. Friction or adhesion blocks type 10035. They show a dynamic coefficient of friction of about 0.5 to 0.8. They protect surfaces of spalling and wear. The metal mountings are equipped with constant pressure springs. Due to clamping devices, the application is easy and economic. Applications: casters, life rings, supporting and driving rollers, thrust rollers in rotary kilns, mills, crane systems and all sorts of rail-bound conveyors like high-raise racks, deflection rollers, in wire rope installations, locomotive or wagon wheels, friction wheel drive, in special cases, chains, sliding surfaces, and so on. Characteristics of these anti-wear, lube and friction blocks: they do not drop, coat and dry continuous, and are waterproof. They are high temperature resistant. The type HG045 is resistant to 1200 degrees. Slip elimination. Type 10035, as well as extended service life of up to 5 times of wheels and rails due to wear protection. They have no negative effects on performance. Hence, an increase in performance is possible. Metal surfaces are continuously coated without drift. They do not absorb contaminations, which is an important advantage concerning high dust fallout in close proximity. Last but not least, they are maintenance-free, incombustible and environment-friendly. The service life of blocks is dependent on the following factors. Smooth surfaces require much less coating than rough surfaces. Length of run of wheels. interaction of all parts of the machine, like rolling directions, vibrations, loads, number of operating hours, start and break cycles. In initial use, you face a higher wear out of blocks. Normally, about all 1 to 3 years, new blocks have to be mounted. For further information, please see the inserted contact address and telephone number.